What's up, everyone, and welcome back to school. But don't worry, everything is cool. I'm your host, Jalissa, and of course, I am here with the boys, Steve, Brandon, and Patrick. Say what's up, you guys.
What's up?
How y'all doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. We have
good.
I know that was really good, Julie.
Yeah.
We have a special guest, my boy, the New Yorker,
The
born
New
and
Yorker.
raised,
Flew in from New York.
repping
today.
his set today. Bro, you gotta be careful. A bunch of cholitos watch this show. They're gonna be like, "Hey, like, where's he live? Where's he from?"
Have you actually been to New York?
Yeah, he lived there.
No, yeah, actually, I
What a liar!
He grew up there.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite place to go to?
the Bronx, you know.
Why?
The Bronx.
What's in the Bronx?
Yeah,
I
what is
don't
it?
know. Let's not talk about this.
If you know, you know.
They'll be like, this dude doesn't know shit.
It's because he doesn't like talking about home, bro.
Bruh.
If you know, you know.
He
You
gets
know?
homesick.
So what did you guys do for Halloween? How was everyone's Halloween or Halloween weekend?
It was pretty cool, man. I went out with some friends. Patrick was there. We went to a parade in West Hollywood.
I wasn't
Was-
invited.
He was invited, actually. He was
Why
invited.
didn't you go?
Oh, yeah, what did you?
I don't know. I just kind of didn't want to.
He was scared.
He just didn't want to, bro.
I just didn't want to.
I told him.
What did I do? I went out with another friend. We were just hanging out, cruising around. You know, just kind of looking at all.
Did
the
you egg people's
trick-or-treaters.
house?
No. I don't know. I feel like I didn't see a lot of trick or treaters. I feel like
Really?
Going up.
the vibes are going down. People aren't as into it anymore. But I don't know.
It could just be your neighborhood's kids were all the same age as you, so everybody just kind of
Grew up.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
Because
true.
I saw it on right here. I was about to dox myself.
Yeah.
But near my neighborhood, I saw a bunch of kids trick or treating.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh damn, it's still alive and well. So at least that was good. And then next year, guys, I'm officially retiring. I'm putting up my jersey, and I'm gonna give away candy.
Really?
Give away candy.
You've
Yeah,
never
I'm
given
gonna
away
do it at
candy?
my not here. I'm gonna do it at my dad's shop. Because it's a main street. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be there. Be like,
You've never given out candy before?
Nope, never. It's
Why
about that
not?
time. I'm old enough, bro. I'm turning 25. I'm getting wrinkly and old, so I gotta do it. What about you, Patrick? You're not in the holiday spirit?
Well, I'm just waiting for Christmas, honestly.
Oh yeah, you're a Christmas guy,
I'm a
right?
Christmas guy.
Real.
Why do you like Christmas?
It's the most. I like the vibes, hot cocos. You know?
Real.
Well, especially in California, it's like it's still sunny, but it's cool. I like that type of weather.
Yeah.
Because you could spend all day outside like at a park, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of our viewers who aren't from here, you're missing out, bro. Come visit.
You're
Yeah.
missing.
You're missing out. Come visit. It's pretty cool.
But you guys
But
don't
there
like
was-
Christmas, right?
I like Christmas. I
Oh,
love
no,
Christmas.
Yeah.
Stevie
yeah.
hates Christmas.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
He's
It's
a
all right.
Grinch.
Last year especially, bro. Hell yeah. Last year especially, I was sick as fuck, dude. I was fucking dying.
That's why he hates it.
Well, 'cause
I just always had bad Christmases.
He's
I
a
never had good
Scrooge.
Christmas.
last winter was like wet as fuck. It was raining all the time.
Yeah, it was.
This year's gonna be even wetter, bro. Here in SoCal. Hey, why'd you laugh, bro?
No reason.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I like Christmas a lot. I think Christmas is a fun time. Very magical. I have a lot of nostalgia with Christmas. But
You guys are fans of consumerism and
oh, brother, here we go.
Bro.
all right, bro. All right, but you guys can talk shit about Halloween all day, huh?
What did we say?
Why?
I know.
We didn't say anything.
We didn't
What do you
say
mean? I
anything
felt the
about
vibe. You guys were like, Halloween's whatever. It's for little kids.
What?
What?
I love Halloween.
I read the
literally-
subtext.
You called yourself an
Old.
older person. You're the one that labeled
Yeah, you're
yourself.
projecting.
Yeah, you're
No,
projecting.
I'm
You're
old.
projecting.
I'm old.
Everything
I'm
you think
old.
we said, it's what you're thinking.
You said, oh my God.
Yeah.
I started like breaking down. I fucking knew it.
You're getting no presents then, Stevie. I'm gonna
You're
give you like
getting
$1 or something or a
You
card.
see? It's only going to make me
$1?
hate Christmas more.
Well, because you already don't even appreciate it.
Damn,
So I'm
that's
not gonna get you
crazy.
anything.
Who said that? I don't appreciate the gift.
You said you just hate consumerism. So
Consumer.
I do hate consumerism.
well, there you
Yeah.
go.
But
I'm not gonna consume anything for
Is
you.
it-
there's a debate to be made. Is it consumerism?
Isn't Halloween consumerism?
Yeah, I was like, isn't Halloween?
Halloween's kind of consumerism.
No.
No, it's
Because it goes
different.
way back. It goes way back.
So
Tell
does
me,
Oh,
Christmas.
that's Christmas.
all Hallows.
That's the
what's
birth
Christmas.
Bro,
the
it's
birth of
God.
Christ.
Yeah, the
what do you mean?
The birth of Christ, bro.
But
Good always defeats evil.
Yeah.
what if? Is that what Christmas is about?
Yeah, it is.
It's
about-
the good.
Yeah. He has risen.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know.
risen.
In
He's
Halloween, it's the
risen.
same thing. He has risen. The boogeyman.
He
The
is
boogeyman comes out.
born.
No, he is born. He is born.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that's a sin.
Christ
that's a
the Savior
sin.
is born.
What's a sin?
That's a sin. He got it wrong. He said it's when Christ rise. It's
No.
when he's born.
God.
It's because Stevie doesn't like religion, and Halloween isn't religious.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
hella
not.
fucking religious.
No, it's not. Christians don't celebrate Halloween.
Yeah, but it comes from another religion.
Well, I
it's
mean-
a pagan religion, isn't it?
I don't know.
Ooh.
But I mean, but I
Fact
mean,
check
Day of the
that.
Dead. Day of the Dead, I guess, kind of has something, but it's
Hey, today's the second
it's also
day.
it's also like indigenous.
I'm gonna.
Today's the second
Hamna,
day
hamna,
of
hamna.
Dia de los Muertos.
Let me see.
Also, I like Christmas because I don't know. I feel like there's just like a vibe of like
Mhm.
there's like this like fuzzy like warm feeling about Christmas, and like I personally like the lights. Like my favorite thing is like the lights.
Yeah, I'm right. Yes. The Halloween holiday has its roots in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, a pagan religious celebration. So it is religious.
Notice how, but they don't associate with that, unlike Christmas.
I feel like a lot of people. Santa was there during the birth of Christ.
I don't
He
think
was there.
Santa
he was
wasn't there.
there. I remember on the star.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wait, he was the star.
oh, is that Santa?
Yeah.
Santa was
Oh,
the star, the North Star.
Yeah, he's a North Star.
I didn't know
Oh,
that.
that's him flying over. It's like his headlights,
Yeah.
like making the little like star.
Did you guys believe in Santa when you grew up?
I did.
I
Yeah.
did. I believed hard, dude. I believed hard.
So
Yeah.
I believed in like the magic of like Christmas. I don't know if I believed in like Santa, because I remember one time this is like one of the like memories that I always have about Christmas is I don't know if I specifically asked for this, but there was like presents, right? Like
Yeah.
that they were supposed to like appear, right? And I remember something happened where like nothing was there, and then shit just appeared once it was like Christmas.
Yeah.
And I remember that shit mind blew me because I was like, what? Like, that shit really just appeared out of nowhere. And like, and even though like I know that my parents were the ones who like
Yeah.
bought the stuff, I was still so in like awe of like,
Yeah.
shit, that shit actually happened. Like,
For me-
that's magic, bro.
There's no fucking way, right?
That shit appeared out of
For
nowhere.
for me, it was the cookies. I'd be like, I'd leave them out, and then the milk, and the next one I'd be like, they're gone, they're fucking gone. Oh my god!
We gotta take it to a scientist.
Yeah.
Get it DNA tested
I
right
was
now.
like, undeniable proof.
ain't no way. Ain't no
Santa
way.
deniers. This is
Santa
crazy.
denier.
Bro, I'm a
Crazy.
Santa denier.
You're a Santa
I used to
denier?
believe. I used to believe in Santa when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to believe in Santa, but I didn't after a tragic accident happened.
What happened?
The accident of I don't know,
93.
06 or something. Yeah, like 93, like the bite of 87.
The incident.
Yeah, the incident. Yeah.
The
No, I
Christmas incident?
was just pretty like, I don't know how old I was. Maybe I was like 9 or 11, and I just mentioned like, oh yeah, like Santa's gonna come, and everybody's like, what? You believe in Santa? And
Aw.
everybody just clowned and laughed, bro. Literally pointing and laughing at me. And I was like, damn, but like, are you sure? Like, I thought he was a saint, because you know, I think in Catholic religion, he comes
Yeah.
from what is it?
Saint
Saint
Nicholas.
Nicholas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jolly old Saint Nick.
And he's like, well, yeah, that's the guy, but Santa's not fucking real. And I was like, damn.
this
okay,
was
my bad.
in the school that we went to.
No, it was in the car. I was with my family. My sister Julie was on the either left or right of me, and then my brother
Oh,
was.
so Julie
Also,
was-
Julie told
Yeah. She was one of them. My whole family fucking laughed at me, bro. I was like, damn. Okay, my bad.
So
And,
your parents, Julie, and
yeah,
your other
that
brother?
ass. My whole family was laughing at me.
I don't remember it,
when
though.
it got ruined for Julie. Julie's like, I can't let you be happy. So she's like, he's
Maybe.
not real.
I don't even remember. I feel like I think I eventually was just it was like it felt like innocence where it just like kind of just went away.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like anyone told me it wasn't real. I was just like, oh okay. It was a child thing, and then I kind of just
Yeah.
like it just left me.
Yeah.
Grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's why I remember it more, because mine wasn't just like it just left away. Like my
It was
realization
ripped
was my family just making fun of me. So
You believe in Santa Claus?
it's like, bro, who raised you? How old are you?
And since then, that's why he hates Christmas.
And I'm like, bro, my parents. You guys are literally my
That's
parents.
the real reason
Aw,
why.
that's such a tragic backstory.
That is
Yeah.
tragic,
So I was
actually.
just like, whatever. I
that's,
mean,
that's why he hates Christmas.
I don't know. I love Christmas. I like the vibes.
I generally really like the lights. Like that's my
Yeah.
thing. I like the decorations of like all.
But
the
guys, we're
lights.
not even there yet. It's November,
Bro, the second Halloween ends, everybody's getting into the
everybody
Christmas spirit.
switches.
Well, everybody's wrong.
No, I believe me. I always feel a little bitter because I'm always like, well, my birthday.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Exactly. What about the most important holiday?
Well, that
Yeah.
will come up when it comes up.
Bro,
Yeah.
Jesus
But-
Christ's birthday. You can't forget that one.
Oh my God. What are you, bro?
Christ
Like
the
my grandma?
Savior is born. Honestly, some of the songs I really like.
You know what?
I have a whole playlist.
The
Oh my
the
God.
one. do you don't like Christmas music?
No, I mean I like Silent Night. Silent Night.
I
is
like the
cool.
one. How does it go? It's the one.
It's
Do you
beginning to
hear
look
what
good.
I hear?
Oh,
I love that one.
Oh yeah, a star.
A star. I
Y mi
love that one.
burrito sabanero.
That was good. That was really
That one
good.
is good.
That was really
That
good.
Ah, that
one's
one I got
cool.
picked up a lot.
Really?
You know-
I heard that a lot in Mexico.
You know which one was crazy? I don't even remember it.
It's the most
Wonderful
wonderful
time
time
That
of
one-
the
that one's a
year.
classic.
I like the other one,
That one's
the
a
rocking around.
It's
The
Christmas
tree
Eve.
and the Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Bro, I like the Jackson 5 had an album, Santa Claus Coming to Town.
Oh, Santa Claus is coming to town. All right, guys, enough. I've had enough.
What?
He's mad.
I got lost a long time ago, but Patrick, I wanted to ask you: have you ever seen cholos in LA? Have you ever ran into cholitos?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a couple.
they're cool with you or what? They sense your vibe.
I don't know. I feel like it's always a good thing or a not so good thing.
It's
When
a sign of good luck.
It's either you're chill with them or you're not chill with them.
Yeah. The only reason it came to mind was because I was fronting you about the New York thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, bro, would people actually front you if they found you out in the street? You think so? And people front you for anything.
Yeah, if you're funny for
Do you remember that guy when we were at Santa Monica and there was this? It was like at 2 a.m. This guy is like, he's like, oh, you guys look athletic. Do you remember that?
I know, I was like,
Atleticos,
what a
but he said in Spanish.
But we were like pretty young. We're like
Bro,
high
we were
school,
young,
just
yeah.
high school, no?
Yeah, he like came up to like front us for no reason.
I don't know, bro.
He's like Atleticos, and then he just ran. He just like literally left.
Yeah,
I was like,
he-
what the?
What?
What was that about? Bro, there was like 4 of us too. It was like 4v1. That's probably why he went away.
Yeah, but I remember one of them. He was like, I almost ran away.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was sus, bro. It was like there was like fog. We were by the beach. Yeah, but it was all good. It was all good. We got out of there. It wasn't our only one, but we got out of that one.
Just gotta have like the good response.
Yeah,
A good response.
just try to make your way. They're usually chill
Yeah.
as long as you don't reciprocate their energy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what, bro? What'd you say to me? What you want to get down?
He's like, no, I'm just trying to get out of here.
Bruh.
But Julie, what did you bring for the show today?
So I have a couple of facts that I found on the interwebs that just came up on my page. So I'm going to let you guys know and then let me know what you guys think. So one of the facts that I found is having a sister can boost your mental health and self-esteem. So I
And
know
we
that-
all have sisters.
Yeah, all of you guys have sisters. Sisters can also help you become a more giving and kinder person. So university researchers discovered that sisters shield their siblings from feeling lonely, unloved, guilty, self-conscious, and fearful. Sisters play a role in promoting positive mental health, and later in life, they often do more to keep families in contact with one another after the parents pass. So what do you guys think? Do you guys
I feel like this is sister propaganda.
This is literally sister
well,
propaganda.
you guys each have sisters, so I just want to know, if you guys think that that's true or not, or because I also feel like, I mean, there is the outliers
Yeah.
of people who actually have sisters and they're
Yeah.
the cause of their mental health issues.
Damn.
So,
I mean, it's true.
I
And
mean-
not everybody has a loving
Yeah.
full house family.
I don't know. Does it vary? Because you two have older sisters. I have an older sister, but I'm more close to my younger sister.
I don't,
well,
okay.
but then that's why. Do you feel like? So you feel like it doesn't have a positive?
No, yeah, I think it's positive for sure. But I feel like
It's more impactful if it's
I
an
feel
older
like
sister.
I feel like I guess the way I'm seeing it is because I'm the older sibling. I guess I'm expecting her to think that of me, you know, because I'm more I'm not like a parent to her. I've never really felt like a parent to her, but I felt more like, oh, I'm her older brother. I gotta take care of her. So that's more what I'm saying, like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm I wonder if it's different for you guys because like it's an older sister thing. So that's what I mean. Like, is it more of a like?
Well, I don't know. I can't really because I don't have a younger sister. But the way just having a sister in general, I can at least like if I'm taking it seriously and not joking around. I do think the self-esteem thing is a little true because I feel like you just made me more comfortable with talking to women, and because not only was it you, but obviously you'd bring your friends around, and then I talk to them. So I grew up kind of like just being used to talking to women. I don't know. Just the way I'm looking at you, I just feel like you're thinking of a million things. So I feel like in that sense, I did think it helped my self-esteem. But obviously, we have those moments where we're joking around, and you'll be like, "Get out of my face, you ugly mutt," you know, and I'll be like, "Damn, I'm ugly."
You called him ugly before?
No, it's just an example. You know what I mean? Yeah, not that specifically.
Well, because I just found it interesting that they were saying that what they discovered is that sisters shield their siblings from feeling lonely, unloved, guilty, self-conscious, and fearful. And that's why I was just saying, like, does it have that much of an effect if it is like a younger sibling? Because I don't know. Do you feel like?
I feel like I don't know. I guess the way I think about it is like kind of what Steve said. I feel like I think it's important to have like, you know, if you have a sister, if you have a brother, I think you're really lucky. And I feel like I've learned a lot from my little sister. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like I was thinking about how like kind of like what Steve said. I feel like having a sister, it helped me learn how to turn down my boyishness. Like I feel like because I feel like masculinity is fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but like it can be overbearing sometimes. And I feel like having a sister taught me that it can be overbearing sometimes and how to like tone it down and how to just kind of, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like well, in regards to like women, right? To understand that obviously for women they have their own sense of femininity. Yeah, and sometimes in a conversation or in a setting or any like hangout you might be with other women, you have to learn to kind of like just there's certain ways that you hang out with your boyfriends than you do with your girlfriends, right? And obviously they're both okay. You know, some girls are more masculine than other girls, but there's certain women who would feel just a little bit more intimidated, more threatened by that energy, and that's completely okay. It's just that you have to turn to yourself and take that initiative of like, okay, let me just chill out. Let me be a little more sassy. Let me be that. Let me be a little honestly, girly pop.
Like how girly pop. He said it best.
Yeah.
Well, because that was also the other part was that it says that it can, and this is not just to like if it's a sister and brother, or it could be sister to sister. I don't know sister to sister because I mean I don't have a sister. I just have brothers. So I was more interested in asking you guys because like all three of you guys have sisters. But I don't know. What do you think, Patrick? Do you think that because of your sister, you've become a more giving and kinder person? Like just in general, or to like any of you guys? I'm more
mean. I'm more killer. No,
do you guys think because of that, you guys have do become a little more kinder?
No, I do agree. Because my sister's a lot more older than I am. But I feel like she's treated me like her own son because she's like the oldest, and she was always like a second mother to me. So I feel like she's taught me more how to be like a kinder person towards like my friends and stuff.
I see, bro. You're really nice. Yeah, sure.
It's because you guys are dudes, you know.
No, but
that's why I'm always the one getting picked on.
What?
But I've had it. This is it.
Wait. So you're saying that having a sister is why you get picked on?
No, I just feel like I kind of agree with Brandon. What he says, like it kind of teaches you like how to be more,
feminine.
Yeah, more feminine.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah,
more kinder.
Like what you kind of what you said earlier. I feel like the way I interact with like my guy friends and the way I would kind of like interact with my brothers is more I don't know, it's like more distant, like you get the point, bro, you know, like that kind of thing. But I think having a sister is like you can't really, I don't know, you can't really be like that.
So with you I can be unfiltered with you guys.
With your
sister you had to at least have like a little bit more emotion and more understanding.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
They like to be heard out more.
Yeah, women are a lot more emotionally intelligent. That's why because there's always that stereotype of like, oh, like girls can't take jokes or something. I think it's deeper than that. Obviously, it's more of just like an emotional intelligence thing about how like there's certain things, like there's a time and a place for certain things. And for guys, it's not really like that because it's about, you know, like there's this idea in society that you gotta be tough, right? So you can't let stuff like words offend you. So if your homie says something really fucked up, you gotta kind of just like
You gotta laugh
swallow.
about, you gotta laugh about
You
it.
gotta swallow that pill and just be like, yeah, bro, that's funny. Like, I'm not insecure about that at all. Or like, no, bro, that's funny. Like yeah, that was like a recent tragedy. Or I don't know. Sometimes it teaches you, at least for me, with my guy friends, it teaches me to like not take things as serious because sometimes it's not that serious. I feel like it gives me a little bit of that levity, and it's cool because sometimes it feels like when you hold things to that standard of like, you know, you shouldn't react emotionally to this, but it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, like this is a really sensitive topic.
Yeah.
But if people are joking around about it, you're like, oh, okay, so it's not that serious. It's cool. You can kind of talk about it. There's a lot of ways to look at it. It gives you a different perspective.
So would you say having a sister would make you softer, or?
But
I guess the way I see it, it's like if you have a brother, right? I feel like you roughhouse a lot. And I feel like that's not just physical. Like you roughhouse like with your words, you roughhouse like you push each other, you have fun, like
a top dog.
Yeah, like it's just a lot of roughhousing, you know? And I'm telling you, like it extends past the physical. But with like a sister, maybe some sisters like have like they can a little bit, like they can keep up a little bit, but you can't like in my personal opinion, in my personal experience, you can't really roughhouse with them the way you roughhouse with like a guy. And that's obviously, physically, because generally speaking, you're probably a lot bigger. But even like emotionally too, it's like I can't be, because with you guys, if I'm being mean, you guys know it's like a joke and I'm fucking around. Yeah. But if I was to be mean to Julie or to like my sister, it's not like and there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just more like for them, it just doesn't hit. It's not funny.
It's funny.
You know,
it's just we're emotionally more like connected to things.
I can
right?
see
it's
that.
Like we're like, because I think because we're a little more attached to our emotions, and because like again for you guys, it's like you guys have a wall of like, I can't show that shit hurt me, so I'm just gonna laugh about it, and I'm gonna think it's just a joke, you know, like it's kind of like that. And I think for girls, it's just like it might just be that we're just so emotional and like words do hurt, you know, and like I think that's the part that guys sometimes and not that you guys don't get it. I feel like you guys get it and you guys don't mean intentionally to be mean, but it's just like that's the part where it's like that's why they think that girls are serious, you know?
Yeah. And I think there's value in both sides of like both obviously feminine and masculine energy. And that's why I think as a dude, if you don't have a sister, you do miss out on that value. You miss out on a lot of valuable lessons, a lot of things that you can just learn. Because I think most men learn it when they then get into a relationship, then with their girlfriend or something. If they didn't have siblings, that's where they learn of like, oh, this is the women perspective. This is the feminine perspective of the world. But if you're not born with a sister, if you're born with a sister, you already kind of or you see that from very early on. And then what was cool is that I think that as a sister, because obviously I had a sister, there's ways that I see femininity that are so what's the word, like private, or like what's the word, like you wouldn't see in almost like a girlfriend, at least not at the beginning when you're dating them, like how I see you like in the mornings, or like, you know what I mean, like, you know, the very like intimate like moments,
like a unique one.
Yeah, very unique, like I don't know, like
unfiltered.
Like my sister, this did never happen, but like my sister had like explosive diarrhea, and like I got to see that side of her, and it's like, you know, and it prepares you for that.
Like humanizes her.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does, and so that way when you see
it prepares you for your relationship.
Exactly.
When you see it somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
I get you. So it's like if you never had like a sister, you never really had that much female. Like,
that's like so much more shocking
because it's also like, I guess to some men they idealize women of kind of being like not dirty, not this, like super pretty. You know, and I'm not saying that's to you guys. Like some people might, you know.
Yeah.
So
but you having a sister, you see that already of a woman, of how she acts, whether like she's on her period or something. You kind of already know like she's gonna go through her emotions. Like when you have a girlfriend, you already kind of like know that part of like, oh, I went through this with my sister, so it's kind of like I'm gonna go through this with you. So I know like I'm prepared in a way of like seeing what I'm gonna see.
Yeah, because if you don't have that sister, I feel like that's where a lot of guys get hit more with reality, like breaking shit. Like what? Girls poop and fart?
They do.
No, they don't, bro. I gotta protect his innocence.
They don't.
It's like Santa Claus.
It's like Santa Claus.
It's like, no, bro, they don't poop.
Do you guys also think that having a sister makes you, or makes not you, but I guess to guys, having a sister makes you a little more romantic in your relationships? Like if you're close to your sister, do you think guys become a little more romantic?
Okay, we have different perspectives on this. Patrick, you go first because I want you to talk.
I feel like kinda, yeah. Just because like the perfect way you explain it is like you kind of understand a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So if like I kind of ask my sister for advice now, like, oh, what do I do in this situation? And then she's like chill about it. So I feel like
she's like, you're fucking up so bad.
No, I've been there. She's like, oh, you're fucking up. I've been there. She's like, oh, you fucked up. Here's what you got to do. And it's kind of, it's like a cheat code instead.
She gives you
Okay.
cheats.
It's a really good cheat code. But I would say, do they make you more romantic? It depends.
You're
Like
it
on how
depends.
close
I-
your relationship is.
I need a yes or a no.
Yeah.
Give me a yes or no.
I'm gonna say yes.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna
Yes.
say no. I thought you were gonna say no. You really teased me like that.
What do you guys
Brandon.
think?
Yeah, Brandon, what do you think?
And this is totally on your perspective.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
I don't think I've ever actively like made that jump of like, oh, I'm this way because I grew up with a sister.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I can sit here and theorize and be like, oh, maybe I can kind of see that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at most, like I said, you kind of learn like what's kind of okay to do around a woman, or like what's kind of like, you know, because like Steve was saying, it's like they become more human because you experience, like you grew up with them, like you know about the issue a little bit, a deeper, you get a closer insight into some of the issues, some of the things that they go through and all that stuff. But I guess because I have a little sister too, something that ends up in the back of my mind too is I'm like, well, what if a guy treated my sister the way I'm acting? Or would I want that? How would I feel?
How would you feel? Because you're
like,
the oldest one.
Yeah, I'm the old. That's what I think. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like if a guy did this for my sister, I'd be like, that's a good guy. Like he's a good guy. Or like if a guy did this to my sister, I'd want to fucking fight him. So don't do that, Brandon. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
So real.
You know?
So real,
So
bro.
I feel like if I had to pick an answer, yeah, because I feel like it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I wouldn't want a guy to be like this towards my sister,
Yeah.
or I
Yeah.
would want a guy to treat my sister like this. You know, so I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As what is it? Freud? As fraudulent as it sounds, yeah. Like it, which just means like it sounds weird to I guess compare like a familial sibling to like a romantic partner. But as weird as it sounds, yeah. Like there's certain things where I'm like, would my sister like this? Well, she's a woman. She obviously like if she feels unsatisfied with this, then that means I can't be like that in a romantic like partnership. So that means I got to do these things right because I already saw it reflected in my own sibling. So when I have a romantic partner, exactly like I'm like, oh, would I want whoever my sister's dating to treat her like this? No. All right, then I probably shouldn't fuck around and be an asshole or anything. I've thought that my whole life too. I've always thought that because I was like, yeah, that's as much as it sucks because you really shouldn't like. I know this is a big thing that people have problem with. Like it shouldn't matter whether you have siblings or a daughter or anything to obviously value women, like to see them as human.
Yeah.
As much as it sucks, that is just a benefit of having siblings, of having like a sister. Even the other way around, vice versa. I'm sure for Julie, like or for our sisters, having brothers probably like was beneficial. That's so funny to say because I already know everybody's having flashbacks of like fighting with their siblings. I was like, what benefit?
I remember getting
Yeah.
locked in the closet.
My sister would kick me, bro. She would kick the fuck out of me. Oh my god.
That's one thing that sucks about it being a sister or having a sister is
You can't beat them.
well when you have your sibling fights, they obviously don't hold back and go full force, and I'm like that kind of hurts, dude. But I can never and I never would ever like reciprocate the same energy. So I'm always like I just am getting beat up,
Yeah.
but right.
Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, my sister, bro, she's really good. She's become a UFC fighter and just these kicks, bro.
Well, because
She
these
kicked the
ones
shit out
also
of
would
me.
wrestle me.
I did have an older brother.
I have
Survival
two
fittest.
siblings, so I had to fucking protect myself, and they would double team me.
I
Bro,
had to.
we would jump her ass.
They
Yeah.
would jump my
We would
ass.
jump her ass.
Fuck that.
I
Like,
had no one.
we would push her to the floor, like kick her in. But then she'd get me good, bro.
My what is it? My special move would just to yell for my mom.
Yeah.
like a huge echo going out.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
My mom's like, oh my
No,
god.
yeah, but I was curious because I'm like because I always feel like when I hear about what you guys do for like your dates and your like girls or whatever, I'm always like, I wonder if that really comes from like the closeness that you guys have with your sisters. Because I compare it to like other friends and other dudes that I know that don't have sisters, where they're not that romantic. Like they still kind of try in some different ways, but they're not as romantic as like when you guys tell me your stories and stuff. So that's why I was just curious. Like, is that like some sort of? Does that have some sort of degree
I
of
guess
like
I
effect
don't.
to it?
I don't
Go
always
ahead, Patrick.
ask my sister. It's more like I've seen her because I would see her date too, and it would be like the way how she would react to someone, how they treat her. So I'll take that example. Like, oh, they brought her flowers. Like, oh, okay, she likes flowers, so probably somebody else would like flowers. So pretty much not just asking, but like seeing how they like to be treated as well.
Yeah,
It's
taking
it's
notes
good-
in a
yeah,
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah, for me, it's more conscious. Like for sure, like shout out to Chris. For sure, sometimes I'll see like how you guys are, and if you feel like, oh, I wish he had done this, I was like, okay, mental note. I bet you that just feels really cool. So I for me, it is a lot more conscious. I see it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I just to reiterate, yeah, I think that's for me as my sister because I'm the older one. I just more put myself in that area of like, how would I react if like I saw a guy treat my sister like this, you know?
I cry.
But I don't know. I've never really associated like dating. I've never really until now, honestly. Like I've never
This
really,
moment.
Yeah, I've never really felt that I've extrapolated a whole lot from my sibling relationships towards dating. I mean, I see it now, and I'm sure there are like some overlaps, and I'm sure. But I've always felt it comes from your parents. I've always felt like it comes from your parents personally.
Yeah.
Because I just think like when you look at your dad or like you look at your mom, for me it's my dad. I feel like, and I think this for everybody. I look at my dad and I'm like, okay, that's what a man is supposed to do. Like that's what a man is. That's what he's supposed to act. That's how he's supposed to behave, and that's how he's supposed to like interact with whoever he interacts with. So I personally think it's more like a parent thing. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I've always felt it was more like a parent thing.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So would you say that having a sibling, it's more of a, like they put you on stuff like more culturally?
Yeah, I
like
think
other times, like music or like art or like movies and all
I
that.
I think your parents are like the biggest chunk of how you kind of behave, but I think your siblings fill in like the gaps.
Like
a little.
personality? Would you say personality?
Well, because if I look at my dad, obviously he's a different generation, and so there's certain things that aren't ever gonna overlap. But then if like I learn from my sister, it's kind of like, oh, okay, like that's what's cool, that's what's in, that's what people are into now. So I don't know, maybe I don't know.
I see it. For sure, your parents are a big chunk of it because it was resonating a lot what you were saying. Like, you look at your dad and you're like, okay, this is what a man should be. Well, I think that it's true of for me, since I was the youngest, I always just looked up to my older sister, my older brother, and then my parents of like, okay, this is what I see really works for them, and this is what doesn't. And now I have a guideline on how to like handle life of like, okay, do this, probably avoid doing this because I saw how that turned out, and then do that. Yeah, but that's the benefit of being a younger sibling. I'm sure your younger sister probably sees that as you, where it's less about like, oh, Brandon taught me how to interact with boys. It's more of like,
learn from his mistakes.
yeah, it's like Brandon told me how not to live my life.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it goes deep.
Well, because I also think about how like, at least for me, I guess I'm more holding on to the sibling part because I feel like I at least spent a lot more time with my siblings than with my parents because I feel like my parents worked a lot.
For
so
sure.
like I feel like I didn't really see the romance like they had. Like I think for me the way I saw it is like I saw no romance, so to me it was like that's something that I don't want. Like I don't want to be living kind of in that thing of like if I ask for flowers and he doesn't get me flowers, like I don't want to be living in that type of like relationship. Kind of thing. And I'm not saying that's what my mom does, but I'm just saying like for me it showed me more of like what I don't want. And I guess that's like one side of it, right? But I think the other one was that for me it was also like my siblings. And I feel like at least for me, because I grew up with dudes, I feel like I learned a lot more about like guys and how they think a little bit, and like just a little more of like what they don't like and what they do like, of like when they are I guess, what they're insecure about sometimes. And I think it taught me a lot more to be understanding of like men, of like, I know that a lot of them aren't emotionally like intelligent, but or available or whatever. Yeah. But I also feel like I'm also understanding of why they're not, you know, and like why they might be insecurity of certain ways that they look or certain ways that they do. Cause like Stevie probably talked about it a lot of like, dudes don't like when they look like this or like if they have this. And to me, I became a lot more aware of that. And it wasn't something that like, I was judgmental about it. Yeah. And I think that's what I kind of benefited with. And I think that's why, at least for me, it helped me more in like, I didn't look for a guy that looked like, I guess, handsome. I looked for more personality because I knew like already a deeper meaning of like men and stuff. Like I still don't know how men think. I'm still, that's why I'm always asking you guys questions. I'm like, what the fuck does this mean, kind of thing. Yeah. Because like I still don't get them, even though I've lived with them. But I feel like I've grown a little more understanding of like kind of how they feel about themselves and like how they kind of go through with a lot of things.
Basically the vice versa of like what we were saying, right? I get that for sure. Do you have something else to say?
I mean, I had one more, but if you guys, I don't know if you guys want to talk about it. This is more a little bit about relationships, since we were on that a little bit. So it's about being called babe or baby. So being called baby has a positive effect on female brains, causing instant emotional stress relief.
Really?
Yeah. So babe or baby, the term has an effect on female brains. It provides immediate emotional stress reduction. It causes the release of oxytocin in the brain. There aren't nearly enough scientific studies on specifically the word baby. However, there are more reports on the word's ability to like elect biological responses and studies on the parallels between happy couples and nicknames. Negative and positive words like no and all that cause psychological repercussions. We react on visceral automatic levels. I think that's what it says.
What do you say? Like no?
Yeah, like no. Like for example, the word no, our body begins to produce stress releasing hormones. The reverse is true to the words like baby and yes.
Damn.
What the fuck?
So those are little facts that I found out. So yeah.
If you're like in a relationship, that's so funny because it's like yeah, you see, no. you're physically you're mentally causing stress when you say no to your girlfriend.
Me when my girl gets hurt.
You're hurting her every time you say no.
Is there? Well, I was also bringing this up because I was gonna ask you guys: is there like specific, I guess, names or like nicknames that you guys like to be called, or no? Or do guys not have any?
Well, I think
that's a very
personal question,
delicate, private question. Yeah. Like very personal.
Hey, fuck it, go ahead, Patrick. Give me one.
Is it the D word or the P word?
What's the D word?
What's the what word? You know what the D word is?
You don't know what the D word is?
But you know what the P word is.
But you know
it's literally the same thing.
Yeah, it's just in Spanish.
Oh, papi?
Yeah, papi.
I don't like both of those.
I don't like those.
I don't like those. Daddy or pappy?
Pappy?
Oh, papi?
Pappy.
Sorry. I don't like the word.
I'm your pappy.
That should be a new one.
Call me pappy.
Call me your pappy.
Oh
Say
God.
yes, pappy. Yes, pappy.
That's
Sweet
actually
pappy. What an amazing flub. Oh my God.
I hope your girl calls you Pappy now.
Pappy.
Well, I don't know, papi. That's not bad, but I do kind of. I don't fuck with the like whole like daddish names. Yeah. That's kind of a little weird. I'm like, I mean, I get why dudes are into it for sure.
But do you guys like babe?
Yeah, it's a casual usage.
It's very casual to where I'm almost indifferent to it. I wouldn't even say I like it. It's just indifferent.
You're just like, it's cool.
The only one that I actually think is weird, and it doesn't apply to guys, but the one that I've never understood was when people say mommy. I feel like that one's weird. I don't mean MAMI. I mean MOMMY. Like,
Mommy.
Really?
you've never seen people say
No.
that?
Mommy, hug me.
I've only seen those like on text, not like actually someone say it.
I don't know. That for me, it feels really weird.
Well,
Like,
people
It is weird.
people
Is
say it
it-
in Spanish, but it sounds
no,
the same.
It sounds the
Mammy?
same, but in my head, it doesn't click the same box.
Yeah.
But when people are
Mm.
MOMMY, I'm like, why are you saying that?
Mommy?
My mommy.
You never had a guy call you mommy?
No.
You see how weird it is? Exactly. That's like where like daddy and Peppy. That's why it's so weird.
I think it's
Pappy.
it's if the dude likes
Do you
more
guys
dominant women.
if
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
would you guys like it if your girl called you chulo?
That's cute.
Yeah, that
That's
is
really
cute.
I'm like, really? You think so?
Chulo.
You think so for real?
Chulo.
Nah,
What
man.
about guapo?
Come on.
Like, I tried.
My mom calls me.
Yeah, I was
that.
like, guapo is a little bit like my mom. I was
Okay.
like, something my
Well, Brandon liked it. You liked it?
Yeah.
Waffle.
yeah. The fact you said the serotonin kicked up right now.
Nah,
For sure.
nah, nah, not me. Nah, nah.
Giggling,
Not
kicking
really.
his feet.
Yeah. What about what?
It was
There's
another one.
there's also like cariño, mi cariño,
Cariño.
That's giving kid. You're basically saying.
or like
I don't know. I'm words of affirmation, so
there's also
I'm
like
always,
yeah.
there's also like tesoro, my treasure.
Never heard that one before.
No,
I like that one.
you like that one?
What about like infant?
Infant.
Like it's like
What?
baby. It's like baby.
My
Infant?
infant.
My
Mi bebé.
My
Mi bebé.
fetus.
My fetus.
Fetus.
Like I also like I like a lot of like the Spanish ones, like when they're like amor or
Yeah, we're
like,
on
yeah.
or
something.
like
We're on
Amor.
something with
or
that
like princesa.
I like corazon.
Princesa.
Because we
You
are
like
Corazon.
corazon?
Corazon is wait.
Aw.
What are you saying,
Because
Patrick?
we are like the number one in romantic.
Yeah. Corazon is beautiful, bro. I
like
love that
a
one.
lot.
Corazon, mi corazon.
Mi amor. I like mi amor.
Mi
more.
amor.
No,
Mi corazon.
I feel like
Mi
like-
bebé.
no, not bebé.
That's just babe. It's baby.
I'm
Mi bebé.
dead.
Mi bebé.
Bebé.
My pappy.
I do like chulo and chula. I think chula is
Chula.
I like
is
What's
chula
up, chula?
more.
Chula?
Yeah. I like chula. Chula is funny. What's up, chula?
I don't know if that tanks type context.
The
But
context.
like
what's
when
up,
you're like,
chula?
oh, mi chula.
Yeah, I know. I just think for a minute I would always just say what's up to my homies. I would always be like, what's up, chulo? What's up, chula? So you're like
He's blushing.
you're like
He's blushing.
oh hey.
Play with
He'll-
his
It's
he'll
like usually
there.
like, so
Play
bro.
with his hair.
Sup, bro?
We should come up with a new one right now on the spot.
We did Pappy.
Oh, yeah.
Pappy.
Pappy.
Happy.
Pappy.
That was
Completely
funny.
new.
That was funny.
What, so you know how people like calling them? What about father?
Father.
How would you like it
Father.
if your
That's
your
not
girl father?
You're gonna
Luke
do.
Skywalker
You're gonna do
stuff.
the be careful, mommy, or what?
Be careful, mommy. Mommy, be careful.
You
The
know
mosquitoes.
what? You know what? Other one. The only one that I do like was for a little bit was mamas.
Mamas. Oh yeah, mamas. What's
I-
up, mamas?
I feel
Oh,
like
that's a
I
good
feel like
one.
that sounds
That's a
kiddish.
casual.
That sounds
That's
kiddish to
casual.
me.
Hola, mamas.
Really?
Because I'll hear like when they're like,
Hey,
"Oh,
mamas."
what's wrong, papas?" You know, and they'll pick them up. So that's why to me, when I hear that one, I think
You
of
think
like,
they're picking you up?
yeah,
I see you as like a little stuff,
Your
Yeah.
girl's picking you
yeah,
like a little chubby, like a little plushie.
pick me up.
I'm
Hey, papas.
dead.
They're just getting picked up.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cute. I'm glad you actually brought this up, Julie. This is a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I was like, I feel like these are like nice facts to like know
I
about.
know. Yeah, these are really good
I'm like,
facts, bro.
wow.
What's your favorite, Steve?
My favorite,
daddy.
I like
Dada.
Pappy. Pappy's good.
Pappy.
Pappy's good.
What did you
Pappy's
say?
cool.
You said
Corazon is
dada?
cool too.
Dada.
Dada.
I was only thinking of Shrek.
Mama
Mama y Papa.
Mama y Papa. As far as like, yeah, Corazon maybe is probably my
Amor.
favorite. Amor, yeah, the Spanish ones hit different.
Mm.
The Spanish ones hit different. But I guess moving on to my topics now. I have a couple, so I'm not gonna use all of them. So first thing, I wanted to confront Patrick. I put friends who are never down for anything. Thoughts?
Why
Thoughts
is that
on
so
that?
specific?
I don't know. I just like I heard you were coming on the show, and I guess like it's just the first thing that came to mind.
So you're never down for anything?
I am down for anything.
Really? Then take a shot right now, live on the show.
It's like
Don't say the
1:30,
time.
bro.
No, you
It's,
said the time.
it's,
In the
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's
Yeah.
1:30 in the
it's
morning.
not.
in the East Coast, it's like 4 or 5 ish p.m.
Is it?
Yeah, It's 3 hours
You're
ahead.
from the East Coast, you said.
You
Yeah,
said you're in
yeah,
New York.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
it's 4:23 over
forgot.
there.
He forgot.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's
No,
been,
I
it's been a minute since he's
Jet
been there.
lag,
That's why.
jet
That's
lag.
why.
Jet
Yeah,
lag.
yeah.
Jet lag.
He just flew in. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, take a shot. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, Patrick. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
He's lying.
This is the real topic. I wanted to ask you guys: do you guys think it's harder to lose weight in a Mexican household? You know what's interesting?
Personally,
Yes.
Yeah, personally.
I was like, personally, I feel like I would understand that, yes, because like there's a lot of our foods that I guess have fat in it, but I also feel like personally, I think our family has gotten better at like substituting a lot of things. So like for us, I feel like our family eats a lot more healthy than like, because I think our parents were also well aware that like our food is very like fatty. And so I think my mom learned a lot to kind of substitute a lot, even like the oils.
Yeah.
Like she cooks, I don't know what she cooks with, but she gives with like different types of like oils and stuff.
Even tortillas are
Yeah,
they're pretty
even-
bad for you. I mean, they're good. They taste good, but they're not bad for you. They're just like they're not the healthiest thing you
I
could
don't
be
know if
eating.
this is true, but I remember in school, one of the teachers brought up that was one of the reasons. That was like the main reason for why there is trouble was tortillas.
Yeah.
Specifically tortillas.
Flour.
Yeah,
or corn?
what?
But I think it's just 'cause- I think
He's
it's
asking
just-
the real question.
Well,
Flour or
because it's
corn?
bread, right? It's
Yeah,
basically
Yeah,
it's
just
like
basically
it's
bread.
like bread.
So
yeah.
it's like it's a lot
Well,
of
'cause
carbs.
they
You could
say-
eat a lot after
Yeah.
like
Yeah, because in a household, what you eat a tortilla, you eat rice, and you eat bread,
Beans.
yeah.
and so all those are basically like the same thing. I don't know
Just
if
a
it's
lot
like
of
the
carbs.
grain,
Yeah.
yeah, like all that is the same, so that causes you. So like what my parents would do is that if they had tortilla, rice, or what did I say the other one was?
Beans?
No, not beans.
Bread.
Tortilla, rice, and bread. If you had those three options, you can only eat one. So if you eat rice, you can't eat tortilla or bread. So like if they wanted to eat the rice, they can't eat tortilla or bread.
Yeah.
Like-
Wow, that's pretty good
So
advice
then-
for a lot of people who
So
try.
yeah, so basically that's what like my parents started doing. So if they wanted to eat like tortillas, they couldn't eat like everything else.
That's smart.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
imagine a taco, bro. Like I always think about
You
tacos.
could eat
I love
beans.
The
though.
beans are good.
You
yeah,
could
beans
eat
are good.
beans,
Yeah.
Beans are protein, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could eat beans. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love tacos, but like super bad for you. And just a lot of fat, a lot of oil,
Yeah.
grease, oil.
I used to see
Like-
my dad too. Like when he would get the tacos, and you know how they give you like 2 tortillas, he would just eat one, and then he'd use the other ones maybe, but he would still
Yeah.
just leave
King
one.
taco.
Yeah. Bro, don't even get me started. I'm not even gonna touch that.
I
I'm not even
remember
gonna touch that.
as a kid, you know how King Taco. Side note, you know how King Taco gives you the double tortillas. I remember I thought I was so smart and that this was such a hack. I'd take off one and then I'd make 2 tacos. I'd be like, see, big brain,
More food.
more food, hack.
Come on now.
Technically is
We
more
did
food.
it. It is technically more food. I was thinking about we normalize like drinking a lot too. So like, bro, drinking's like
That's a lot of calories.
you're basically you're like
Yeah.
consuming
Beer belly?
bread.
Yeah, it's wheat or gluten.
Yeah, so like you not only are you probably drinking like 5-6 beers that are basically just like slices of bread, you're then let me wash this down with some
bread.
tacos. Yeah, some more bread.
Yeah.
So-
Horchata or like fucking jarritos.
Yeah, we just really like sweet things. Did you know this is a fun fact? I told them this. I don't think I've ever said it on the show, but did you know that Mexican Americans struggle more with obesity than Mexicans from Mexico, like in total?
Here?
Yeah, Mexican like
I wouldn't-
Chicanos.
That's not surprising,
Isn't
actually.
it?
That's not
Isn't it?
surprising.
Isn't it like not to be all conspiracy? Isn't it because like the United States approves a lot of things that Mexico doesn't approve of to eat, and so a lot of those things are not
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
I think also people
Could
aren't
be.
educated too. I think people aren't like
Well, 'cause-
what's the word?
I don't know if this is true. I don't want it to be true because I hate Europe. Where people will talk shit about America and they'll be like, "Oh, when I went to Europe, I didn't change my diet at all, and I lost like 15 pounds." And they're like, "I ate bread every day and I drank and I did all this, but I lost 15 pounds." And they're like, "It's because America approves like all these things."
Probably
Yeah.
yeah.
I heard
So
it's
I don't
true.
know. I
Could
don't
be
know.
that or bacteria.
Because
Yeah.
you know how people say, isn't it weird that in Mexico people live to be like 90, almost 100 years old, and if you hear it's pretty common dying in like 60s and 70s. That's what people say is weird. Because I brought it up recently, and I was hanging out with one of my friends, and they were like, "Yeah, like it's like something about our foods that we have like a lot of processed food."
People, you know, people even say it about our water. Have you guys heard that?
No, yeah.
I've seen TikToks where people will be like, the water in places that isn't United States tastes like better. Like you feel better like after drinking it. Like you don't ever want to drink anything other than that.
Yeah, like plastic bottles, you feel like dehydrated as fuck.
And that they're like, oh, it just tastes like it's just lighter. It just feels like what you think water's supposed to be.
But it's not even a crazy conspiracy because there's a lot of documented evidence of at least like I've gone to Mexico and I've ate in Mexico and they taste a lot better, and that's not bias. It's because they've outlawed like using basically frozen food and using like
Preservatives.
On their food, so it tastes a lot fresher. And there's also a lot more farmland. So it does taste different. But not only that, when people, like you said, I don't want to glaze Europe, but people have compared like the large in England to a large in America, and in America they give you way more. So not only is it more unhealthy and like worse made,
Higher
they give you
quantity.
more.
Yeah.
They give you more of that. So,
But I think that's why, I guess Mexican Americans, because there's a lot of fast food restaurants here. Like, there's just a lot of that.
yeah.
But, like,
And then plus your food that you have at home.
Yeah, and as a Mexican American, I feel like a lot of people are here, like their families are like either first gen, second gen, or they're the first gen, and so it's all about grinding, trying to make like ends meet, and so sometimes you just have you don't have a lot of time on your plate.
personally, it is hard because like
Yeah,
as I'm someone who likes to go to the gym a lot, so I have to like eat a lot of protein. And it's funny, my dad gets mad when my mom cooks and I'm not eating it, and he's like, "Why don't you ever eat that?" And I'm like, "Cause it's a lot of fat, it's a lot of carbs, a lot of bread. So I'm trying to get my protein up, and it's like greasy beans and stuff."
Whoa.
And I'm like,
That was crazy.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I love like beans, but I'm like, it's not the right nutrition I should be taking if I'm trying to work out and stuff.
bro, for sure that part is the most that is the hardest for me. Is that like I love Mexican food and I love the food that my parents make for me. But like if I'm really trying to get these gains, like I can't eat it, bro. It's not the best for me. It's good, but it's not the best I could be eating.
And then your mom gets sad because you don't eat her food, and then
I
she's
know.
like, "I don't know what to cook for you now." And
I'm like, it's not personal, bro. You said she's for real. I don't know what to cook then.
I know. I'm like, damn, that's worse than a breakup.
That's worse than a breakup.
He's so real for that. He's so real for that. But moving on a little bit, I wanted to ask you guys about, because a lot of Chicanos, Mexican Americans do this. They live with their parents. How long are you guys planning to live with your parents?
Whenever I
In
can
this
afford
economy?
it. Whenever I can afford it to move out.
Hey, but at least that's culturally, that's what I fuck with. Honestly, we're pretty open to like, if anything, a lot of people struggle with moving out from their parents in our culture. I feel like there's a lot of shame of being like leaving like the nest. At least I've never felt it too strongly. I feel like my parents have always been very welcoming to that, but I know a lot of friends who talk about that. They're like, "Oh, like that's crazy. Like you want to leave? Like what? I didn't give you a comfortable enough home." Oh, you should feel it, huh? Because you guys dorm time.
Yeah. Well, no, not because of that. It's because it's more like it is family oriented. So it's like you're not a part of them for like a good minute. So you're on your own, and it hits both ways. Like when I was leaving, my mom and sister were crying, and I'm like, "You make me cry."
You guys are crying because then I'm gonna cry.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like at least with mom, like she's always talking about how she wants to even expand the house so that we can move back in with our families.
Real.
Like my mom always talks about it. And so at least to me, like when I left for college, she was like, "Wow, you don't want to live with us anymore?" Like, and I was like, "What?" I was like,
Gaslit.
I was just more like, what? I was just like, I just want to go to school, mom. That's it. I was like, this is the only place that accepted me. So I'm leaving to San Francisco.
Yeah, because I've heard my friends talk about how they get guilt tripped by like what they want to move out of, like, oh, like what? So you can get like drunk or whatever. You get like drink every day, and it's like, bro, that's crazy. Like, I think it's just because culturally we are very family oriented. I think as a parent, you're like, oh no, my kid, like, how are they gonna survive without me? They've been with me their whole life.
Yeah.
Like, they probably the only reason they're leaving is because they don't like me anymore, or they just want to become bums in life and like drink and do drugs every day.
What a jump!
You know, like maybe I just want to, I don't know, be independent.
Yeah, I was like,
That doesn't exist.
myself?
That doesn't exist. Oh, and by independent, you mean you're gonna get married? I'll let it slide at that
I was
point.
like, oh, so you're gonna move in with your
Your girl? Your
esposo?
I know, right?
Yeah, but I also feel like my mom isn't like, she'll be fine if we move out. But I feel like she strongly wants us to like stay here sometimes. But I mean, when do I plan on moving out? I mean, when I guess the world isn't as expensive and I actually have a job that can help me afford an apartment or something. Well, because I'm also like, I think, because at least when I was younger, I used to think that I wanted to live at home so that I could save up to eventually buy a house. Because I feel like my plan used to be that I didn't want to get an apartment. Like, I didn't want to waste my money on an apartment because I was just like, might as well just stay home and save up for a house, you know? And I mean, now I pay rent like with my parents, but it still isn't a lot compared to like if I were to get my own apartment. But I also feel like my mindset kind of changed because I already left. So I've been kind of used to the life of like living apart from my family. I mean, it was different because like I wasn't paying for it. Like I had like tuition and stuff and like money to like help me with my rent. But I feel like I still, I guess, lived a little bit of that experience of like living away from them. And I think that's why to me, like being home isn't too bad. I mean, I still miss it. I still miss like being by myself and like living on my own. And sometimes I do think about like now maybe I do want to get an apartment or something and like live on my own or like with roommates. But I'm also like, it's not something that I constantly think about now anymore. Like I'm more just like, I'm chill at home. Like I feel fine. Like I think especially now the way that we live, like we all have our own things now. So it's kind of like I still live with them. And it's funny because since like I work a lot and since my parents also work a lot in the day and I work a lot more in the evenings, we hardly see each other. So I'm always like, you guys are basically my roommates now. Like I'll see you guys when I see you guys.
I think we have it good. I know people who they talk about how one of the hardest things about still living with your parents is they still see you as basically like a kid. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how old you are. You'll be like 19, 25, 30, and they'll be like, where are you going?
I think, I mean, I think that's still one of the things that sucks. And like mom still does that where she'll like text me or she'll call me and I'm like hanging out with my friends and then she'll call me and she'll be like, where are you? What time are you coming home? And I mean, I'm like 26 and to me, I'm kind of like, fuck, like I still have to tell you like when I'm going to get home. Like I still have to do that. But I think right now, because I have been thinking about it where I'm like, I think now it's more of just like having a conversation with her or finding like a compromise. So if like, I'm like, if I don't want her to like call me, I'm just going to text her and be like, hey, like I'm going to be home late. Like, I'm just letting you know. And then she'll usually just let it go. Like she won't hit me back up about it. She'll just like, she'll let it go. Like I think there's just different things because I feel like, I guess in a little bit, I have an understanding of why she's worried because we're just her kids. Like, especially because we're just in her, we're still under the same roof. And it's not that she's going to tell us. Like, I usually come back, like, at 3 a.m. And, like, she doesn't say anything about that anymore. When I was younger, she would. She'd be like, why the fuck are you, like, out and about at, like, 3 a.m.? But, like, now she just wants to know that I'm okay. So that's why, to me, I see it more as, like, I'll text her early or whenever I leave the house, I'll tell her, like, hey, I'm going to be out late, just letting you know. And then that'll be fine. Like, I think she's chill with that. And then, or the other talks could just be like, I just don't want, like I live in my own household. I pay rent now. Like, it's fine. But I feel like because I grew up seeing that with our older brother, that I feel like that's why I have that understanding more of like, she's just worried because we still live with her. And like, if she doesn't see us, then she'll just worry a lot more. Cause I feel like as a mom, like if I already think about like me, I guess having like kids and me worrying about something happening to my kid, I'm already like, that's like horrible, you know, like something happens to your own kid, you know? And I get that that's like not your fault because they're adults, but it's still like knowing that something bad can happen to them is just like, so like horrible, you know, to like think about, you know. So it's just like
paranoia.
So that's why to me, I like understand. I have a little bit more of understanding of that. But it is hard.
Well, that's why people want to run out of there, bro. People want to get out of there real quick.
So
like, let me move out.
First gen immigrant
for
families,
sure, bro.
It's like they always say it's like the cost of the mental health. Like that's what you're paying for your rent,
bro. For real, it's because it's like they're so in your business. They're so in your business. I mean. Well, I imagine it's because of that, the immigration thing. It's like survival. I survive with the people around me. So they want to be all in your business. I'm just making sure everything's going good. But you'll be, yeah. I mean, I'm 24, but I'm turning 25. But I imagine for people who are a lot older, they're like in their late 20s. They're like, damn, bro, like I'm basically a grown ass person. Like, yeah, you're still like, oh, what was this I found in your room? Like, does it matter? It's my room.
Yeah.
But so I feel everybody. I empathize with a lot of people who are trying to live out there. I know not everybody shares the same experience, but my heart goes out to you. For my final topic, this is just something more interesting, just kind of totally out of left field, because why not? Let's just have some fun, bro. Beatles, the Beatles album. Did you guys hear? The Beatles are dropping a new album. You guys don't like the Beatles?
I know.
When they were good.
You don't like the Beatles?
When they were good?
They're good.
Oh, back in the
Back
day.
in the
when
day.
we used to listen
Did you
to
hear
them?
what she said?
So you don't genuinely don't like the Beatles?
I no.
Really?
I feel like I listen. I mean, I
Why?
just like. What did they do? Did they do "Here Comes the Sun" or something like that?
Yeah.
I only like that song because of the Parent Trap, the one with
the
Lindsay
movie?
Lohan.
Yeah.
I just liked it because I liked it in that one scene.
Mm.
But Stevie used to listen to it a lot, and we used
Yeah.
to share like music a lot. And I didn't like. I think it was called "Help," right? That's one of them.
Yeah.
Bro, that song was so annoying. There's another one I can't remember,
She's, like,
but
naming all
I
of them.
generally just I generally just couldn't get into them. The only one that I did like was "Here Comes the Sun," and that's it.
I feel like
But
they have
that's
a lot
just
of
because of the movie.
bangers.
Yeah.
So I didn't. So it was also like I also didn't like put my time. Like they were there, you know. That's it. I don't hate them, but like they're just there.
Yeah.
They're just
They
there.
Yeah.
You think they're alright too, Brendan?
No, I really like them. I think they're good.
I like-
You're like, my heart's
They're-
broken right now.
I think
psychedelic phase.
I like their psychedelic phase for sure.
Oh, it was really good. Like Strawberry Fields.
Yeah,
That
hell
was a banger.
yeah. Hell yeah. Jay, you should listen to their psychedelic rock shit.
my personal favorite
Undersecond.
song of theirs is Something.
Something in the way she moves
Yeah, that one.
attracts me like no other lover.
I don't remember.
It's
that.
You
okay.
know, I think it's a
in
good
the
one.
way.
That was my favorite. But I guess I'm just a romantic.
Remember, there's even a TikTok. Do you remember the TikTok trend of the snail trying to get you? And this is
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Christmas,
Uh-huh.
and look what we've done.
I don't know.
That's a
I feel
Beatles song?
Yeah, that's a Beatles song.
I think it might be a Paul McCartney song.
Yeah, I think it's a Paul McCartney.
You know what? Paul McCartney made good music too, though. Wings, Paul McCartney and Wings. Anyways, Julie, that's crazy. The only reason I brought it up is because they're bringing out a new album that they're using AI with. I'm more like,
Damn. So they gave in to the AI.
From what I heard, from what I've heard, this is like a bunch of stuff they already had, like kind of basically unfinished, and that Ringo and Paul McCartney are finishing it and using AI to fill in the gaps. So it's not like, oh, it's an AI John Lennon. It's more like I think from what I've read, there's like parts where John Lennon sings and maybe it's not completely done, or maybe he did like a rough draft, and so they're probably gonna
So
use
is he?
AI to like
So,
polish it
so
up.
is he gonna get the money?
John Lennon? I don't know, but people hate John Lennon, so
people do hate John.
people really hate John
So
Lennon.
what do he do?
I mean, he got shot. That's how much they hated him.
No, that's not what he got shot. He beat his wife. He was really abusive. He was racist. That kind of stuff. You know.
Was he the
He has a
one-
racist
The glasses,
song.
right?
He has a racist song.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the
he's
one. That,
he's arguably the most famous one.
he's the one that came out in Forrest Gump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy if you
It's easy.
try, Dick. That
It's
one,
easy
yeah.
if you try it, Dick.
Yeah.
You remember that scene?
Yeah.
Because there's a song, Imagine. Imagine
People-
there's no. Remember in 2020 they sang it? All the
Yeah, that
celebrities
was
sang
really
it?
cringe.
Imagine there's no
Cringe.
heaven. It's easy if you.
Who else is-
try.
who else
Was that in the
Who else is in the Beatles?
Yeah.
He said, was that in
It's-
Shrek?
It's no, it Live and Let Die.
Oh.
But that's not the Beatles. That's Paul McCartney. That's the Wings. Paul McCartney, John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr.
Ringo. Ringo
So-
surprised me. He's still alive.
So
I
is
thought-
George getting any money?
People and a lot of people, and including me, George is the best Beatle. He's underrated. I think he wrote a lot of the best songs, personally though.
What songs did he write? Do you know?
He wrote Something. Was my favorite. I think so.
There you go. Biased.
That is biased.
Biased. Bro, Paul McCartney's dead though. He's been dead. That's not the real Paul
supposedly.
McCartney.
But
Have you
they
heard
say
of
he's
that?
been dead since like the yellow.
Yeah.
What's
Oh.
that album called?
The Yellow Bus?
Yellow Submarine.
No, that's not what the album's called.
I thought
No,
y'all were
no.
fans.
I like them, but I don't know about like
Yeah,
super fan.
yeah.
It's called like Sergeant Pepper, right?
Oh yeah,
Since
yeah.
Sergeant Pepper, it's like
that he
it's
died.
like the album is like this giant like collage of people, and it's supposedly the conspiracy is that it's Paul McCartney's funeral. And so the guy who's on the who's supposedly
Cover?
Paul McCartney is not Paul McCartney, right? Is
Yeah,
that what it is?
And you know that famous Paul McCartney album cover where they're walking across the street?
Yeah.
Paul McCartney famously doesn't have shoes on that album cover. That it's like supposedly a nod that he's dead. That's why he's the only one who's not wearing shoes. You know the famous one where they're walking across the street? If you look at it, he's not wearing shoes, and it's like supposedly a nod at the fact that Paul McCartney is dead. At the time that the Beatles were really, really popular, nothing had ever been done like that before. There had never been something with such a huge fan base. There's like documents of them like, you know, causing like a mass, like what is it? Like mass psychosis, just because of like if they were in town, people would lose their shit. So the story goes, the conspiracy goes that Paul McCartney was out partying, doing whatever. He got into a car crash and he died. And that the label and like the city was very scared of the fact of at their height, one of the Beatles is dead, that people were going to riot or go crazy. So they had a lookalike contest. And the winner of the lookalike contest, they hired him to be Paul McCartney. And they gave him all the like makeup, effects, everything to make him look like him. Until this day, that's still Paul McCartney now, who's still alive and old. That he wasn't the original Paul McCartney. That's what it's like a very popular like conspiracy theory.
That's crazy.
And he was able to write music too. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where they lose me. It's like, he not only looks exactly like them, he makes incredible music too.
Yeah.
So it's like
Unless he has like a ghostwriter.
ghostwriter.
Yeah,
Nah, I don't believe it.
that'd be crazy. Imagine when before he dies, he admits it.
Oh, I'm not
What would
Paul
you guys
McCartney.
do? Yeah, Paul McCartney admits he's not
But
real.
I feel like they say that about every celebrity. They say
That they
every
died?
celebrity is either dead or is not really dead.
They said Lindsay Lohan had a twin.
Well, because
Whoa.
remember, there's that one where they say Elvis never died. There's that psychiatrist
Yeah.
that supposedly treated him.
Hey,
and
bro,
faked
one of
his
them's
death.
got to be right.
And that supposedly Tupac was never dead. That he's in Cuba, but then they just found the guy that killed him, and then all this. I don't know.
Nowadays, the newest one is cloned. People are cloned.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Gucci Mane.
Kanye's a clone.
Kanye.
Yeah.
What's it
Jamie
called?
Foxx.
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
Foxx is a clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh
Kanye
yeah,
one-
somebody went on an interview, and it was
He talked about it. Or somebody said it. They're like, oh, I don't know if that's Jamie Foxx. He's a clone now. Well, because what happened to him? He had like a heart attack or something, and he almost died. And people were
Yeah.
like, that's not Jamie. He don't look like him.
People said Kanye, which that one is just creepy. I don't believe it. Just because it's so far fetched. But at least the timeline is a little crazy. Have you heard about it? Because do you remember on TMZ he famously was saying like all these celebrities are programmed, like all these celebrities that they have members in their family that are sacrificed so they can continue being relevant.
Damn.
And he talked about, who did he say? He said Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan. Notice how his dad died. My mom was sacrificed. Like these guys are all being sacrificed. Like he just straight up said it. You can look it up. You can look up the clip. And then around that time is where, do you remember he went missing for a few days? And then that's where he came back, and he didn't talk about any of that stuff anymore. And people talk about how, like he looks all weird now. He's like fatter, taller. Like his body's different. His tattoos like don't line up. It's just that I just think that, I don't know if that one's true, but I think at least one of them, just because a clock is always right twice a day, I think one of them is probably right. Some celebrity out there probably did fake their death. I don't know. I don't know if it's Elvis or no. You think none of them?
Don't buy it. I just don't buy it.
I buy
feel
it.
like
When you have money, you can do anything.
I feel like if you're gonna fake your death, you have to be somebody who isn't a celebrity. I feel like celebrities can't keep shit private. Like I've never like celebrities just can't ever keep shit. Like their sex tapes leak, all this shit because everybody's so obsessed with them. I feel like if you're actually gonna fake your death, you have to be one of those people who's like not only like a millionaire, billionaire, but one of those billionaires who doesn't really talk or who's like off the books. I feel like to constantly have like a camera pointed on you. And it's never these like Joe Schmo celebrities. It's always like the biggest people ever. Tupac, Elvis, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. It's the biggest people ever. I feel like for them to suddenly just be like, nah, you know what?
It's obvious. Too obvious.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's a cope. Like, no, he's not really gone. Like, he's not really actually gone. I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
Right now in my head, the Eyes Wide Shut theme is playing. Doom, 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 doom. Stanley Kubrick, bro. You think they killed him for making that movie? You guys ever heard of that?
which one?
I don't know why we're talking about conspiracies. Spooky season's over,
Is that
but
the one with
It's the one where he makes a movie about a cult and
Tom
Tom
Cruise?
Cruise, yeah.
yeah, he makes a movie about basically like secret societies.
And
It's the
people-
last movie he ever made.
Yeah, people say they killed him because he said
Yeah.
too much.
But there is proof that the movie that released had a lot of footage cut from it. But then again, we know how movies are made. Movies are constantly being cut.
Yeah.
A lot of footage just for pacing and stuff. So it just looks bad on paper. Just on paper, it looks sus.
What director? Or
Stanley
Stanley
Kubrick.
Kubrick.
He also famously, people say that he was the guy who directed the moon landing.
Oh, and he confesses to it in The Shining.
Yeah, and in The Shining, in
Oh,
one
he
of his
made The
movies.
Shining?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
made The Shining, and in that movie is all about him confessing that he shot the moon landing.
I don't know if
He's
it's
dead?
all Stanley Kubrick.
Bro, that was those movies came out in the
His
60s.
movies came out in like the 60s.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
even if he wasn't killed by the government or
He'd
whatever.
be dead already.
He'd be
yeah.
dead. He'd
probably
be like
100
120.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Well,
was
he
old.
was old already, no? When he did.
Yeah.
He was like balding in The Shining.
But okay.
Crazy. The last movie too. Like the
Yeah,
cult
yeah.
thing.
That's I think he died before it even released too. That's why
Yeah,
people
you
were
never
like
see it.
sus, because it's all about secret societies. People said that the movie, if you watch that movie, it's like basically Stanley Kubrick telling the truth because it cost him his life. So,
How old was he when he passed?
I don't even know.
Let me look it up.
I was trying to
Fact check right
I was
now.
trying to remember.
Brandon,
He's
pull
the
it
one.
up.
He's the one who was abusive to that one actress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shelley
Shelley Duvall.
So
Shelley
he was
Duvall.
like,
So I don't know.
Maybe he could have just been crazy, bro. He could have just been crazy, or maybe the things
They
he
made him
saw.
crazy.
Yes, Patrick, you and me on the same wavelength.
He was
You know.
born. He was born in 1928 and he died in 1999.
He was like almost in his 80s.
60s, 70s.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
no, yeah, you're right.
And he probably smoked a lot. You know, I don't know. Looking at his pictures of like what he
He
looks
was
like before he
unhinged.
died, he looks a little like. I feel like
Coked out,
Unhinged.
messed out.
I don't know. I just don't. I feel like when people talk about that conspiracy, they act like he was a strapping young like lad. You know, like he was.
I mean, just
Not
on the
this-
things you tell me, it sounds like he's crazy.
yeah.
Like
So I don't
he's-
know.
Not this psycho guy.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't a conspiracy. It was like coincidence.
I don't
I guess we'll
know.
never
I
know.
feel like.
Bro, if you ever, did you guys hear that even R.I.P. Matthew Perry, but did you hear there's even a conspiracy about that he was like killed by the government?
Oh my
Did you hear about it?
I saw that.
Did you hear about it?
Wait, what'd you say?
Was
I said that I said R.I.P. Matthew Perry first, but did you hear
Oh,
about the
yeah.
conspiracy about how he was killed by like the government? Did you hear about it?
But why though?
They said that I don't know, but it was something about
What'd he
how
do?
The
in
stuff
an
he was
interview,
posting.
yeah, in an interview he once said that if anything weird was ever going on with him to where like he felt like he was in trouble, he'd send out the bat signal. He said that specifically, and before he passed away, his last few posts on Instagram are all the bat signal. Yeah,
He
So,
drowned.
he drowned.
Okay,
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
yeah. So take that where you will.
There's a bat in his last few posts.
No, he posts the bat signal.
Like
Oh, he
Batman,
did?
the bat
Batman,
signal,
Batman, bat signal.
Interesting.
And in
Yeah.
an interview a few years ago, he said if there was ever anything where he felt like he was in danger, he would call for the bat signal.
It's crazy.
And his last few posts were the bat signal. But people were saying it was probably just him hyping up his costume for the year, that he was gonna be Batman for Halloween.
Well, because
another
his book, in the memoir he wrote, the
Mhm.
last chapter is called Batman. Like, I guess he really likes the Batman
Yeah.
character, and it helps him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's why I'm always like, I feel like so.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a little-
That one's also very
Interesting.
early.
Well, because didn't
Matthew Perry.
didn't they also say like his last post was actually him in the jacuzzi,
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
isn't it
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Because because I remember I forgot who I was talking about it
It's
with,
not adding up to
but
me.
somebody was also
It is,
saying
though.
that
It's true.
like that. Well, because I haven't really seen the picture, but it's a picture of him, no? Like, and somebody's taking the picture of him.
in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, right. So then it's like, so then to me, I'm kind of like, but then he drowned. So then somebody was there. They just didn't look. They just didn't see him or some shit.
I don't know. I really don't know. I know he. I don't know.
Well, because
From
they
what
said
I've
that he
seen-
had a
From what I've seen, he seems like a really
I
good
agree with you
guy.
on that one.
right,
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
like,
okay, so I'm looking at his
and
Instagram
his
right now.
and his assistant found him.
I'm looking at his Instagram right now. So he did, yeah. Leading up to it, he posted you don't know if you guys can see it. He posted the bat signals. He posted a bunch of bat signals, but his last one was him in the jacuzzi.
What
Right,
did the
and somebody
com-
took that picture.
What did the comments say on the bat signals?
Let's see. And live on this pod. Let's see this pumpkin one. And his caption is, "Do you know what I mean?" And it's his caption, and it's this picture of a pumpkin with a bat signal on it.
I don't know.
And then he just loves Batman.
It kind of sounds like a plead for help.
And someone commented a week ago, "Do you want us to send help? Is this your signal?" He said in his book, the day he needs help, he will send the bat signal. No one was listening. Anyone else read the book and see the risky connection?
Weird.
How long ago did his book come out?
I honestly don't
I don't
know.
know.
I honestly don't know. I don't know. I feel like I know he dedicated his house to be like it's like a retreat for people struggling with addiction. So it's like for men, right? So I don't know. I don't really find it.
It's so weird. I didn't think I was gonna talk about Matthew Perry, but I was a huge fan of Friends, so I knew a lot about Matthew Perry, and he struggled a lot with like addiction and anxiety and like depression. So even though obviously he like had cardiac arrest, it was pretty clear that he didn't have like too long because he had risked his life a lot. So to me, it just makes sense that he would just have cardiac arrest and drown. Like it doesn't seem this big conspiracy that he knew too much and the government took him out. Like no, I think it was just sadly just a natural a natural causation of the life that he lived.
Yeah.
But moving on, I want to get into Brandon's topic.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Hey, play the button. Which one is it?
I don't know.
Should I get it?
We never discovered which one it
Go
was.
ahead. Let's see.
The yellow.
It's a fart one.
The yellow. It's the yellow one.
Oh,
Wow. Come on. So my topic's not too crazy. I just thought it was kind of interesting. I saw it on fellow podcaster, co-worker, Joe Rogan.
I thought you were gonna say like the IU besties.
No. I guess they just asked him what he thought 3 things were. What are 3 things you think are necessary for a fulfilling life? And so I want to ask what you guys think are 3 things for a fulfilling life.
Physical or
whatever? Love, happiness. Is that what you want?
Air, water. Food.
For sure. I like that one, Julie. I'm gonna put. Let's see. I'll write it since I have my notes here. Since we are class team.
I would say a satisfied belly.
Satisfied
love?
belly.
So is that love?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what he said. He said for like a fulfilling life, you need to take control of your own health, and you need to have discipline. You need to do things that are difficult. You need force. You need a willingful adversary. I think adversary. Is that the word? Is that how you say
adversary? It? Yeah, I think so.
Am I saying it right?
I don't know what that word means.
Well, he says you need to do things that make you uncomfortable, but like it has to be your choice.
Step out your comfort zone.
Yeah, and then he said the third thing was you have to find something that you love and do it constantly.
I like love, and I put discipline and strong will, but honestly, I think those are the same.
Those are the same?
Yes, discipline and strong will are pretty similar. Some put love, discipline, strong will, and then I need a third one. I think for me, a third one would be, I think I want to say, this is gonna sound so funny. I want to say silliness, and I mean that. I guess if I had to explain, in that way,
like a childlike wonder.
Yeah, I do think so. I think that's what if I had to choose those 3 things, I'd put love, discipline, strong will, which is the same thing, and silliness in the sense of you should always look at life and not try to
explain each one.
Okay.
Go through why you think each one is important.
Love is everywhere. Love is all being. Love is so many different facets, so many different intricacies. It's family, it's romantic partners, it's pets, it's other people that you don't even know. You know, it's what gets you out of bed in the morning. It's what makes you want to do things for people and do things for yourself. And more and even bigger, I didn't even mention that, the love for yourself, the self-love. I think love is very important. So that's number 1. I'll put that as number 1. Number 2, discipline and strong will, because I agree. Life is not, like Rocky said, right? It's not sunshine and rainbows. Life is hard, man. And sometimes things that make you feel good are wrong. Sometimes things that feel wrong are actually good. And you have to have strong discipline and strong will, because nobody's going to make you do anything. There comes a point where you outgrow your parents and you outgrow your friends. And the only way you kind of reach your goals and reach the things that are going to do things good for you is if you have the discipline and the strong will to do them. And it's going to be hard, but you're going to have to push through it. So that's the second one. And then third, it's silliness. I feel like even the way I was speaking about the other 2, it sounds so serious. It's good to have just peace and just be silly and have that childlike wonder of that the world is a fucking obscure, like, it's insanity. If you really step back to look at the world, it's all insanity. Everything we believe, everything that we interact with, it's all crazy. It's all literally crazy. So I think being just always aware of that and diving into that craziness, what I call silliness, is beautiful. Why do you always need to hang out with your brother or your mom or your dad and have such serious conversations? Why can't you guys just talk about like what's your favorite pizza place? You know,
Yeah.
you know. Well, why can't you guys just take life easy? You know, life's all about. That's a privilege that I think a lot of people don't take the opportunity to have because everybody can be silly. Doesn't matter who you are, rich, poor, broke. Doesn't matter where you come from. You could be silly. So I think it's important to be silly. So those are my ways of living. What do you guys think?
You wrote like a whole ass essay.
Yeah.
That whole
What do you guys think?
look.
What do you guys?
It's literally nothing.
Does that say weed and
It says, weed.
Weed,
Asterisk.
alcohol,
Weed. Alcohol.
coke?
Coke.
So it's ways of living?
No, it's just 3 things
For a fulfilling life.
For
fulfilling
fulfilling life.
Yeah,
Oh.
and things is very, very broad.
I think I have my 3.
Okay,
Okay,
what are
let's
they,
see.
Patrick?
My first one is youth, kind of similar to silly. You know how people say like,
Childlike wonder.
yeah, childlike wonder. When you
Age
get
is a state of
older,
mind.
yeah, like you just gotta have that like fun mentality. You know, it's never gonna go away. Second one is food. You can't do a lot without an empty stomach.
You're a foodie?
Yeah, I love food. So like, food makes you feel good. Like a home cooked meal from your parents or something, or like a nice restaurant. It's always gonna make your day, right? Food
Yeah.
never goes down on
After
you.
a rough time.
Unless
After
it's like food poisoning.
Bro, yeah. And you know what? And that's beautiful because I one of the roughest times I had recently was when my grandma passed away. And I always love you for that you took me and my sister out to go eat. And I always remember that moment because I remember we got free stuff. Do you remember? Just by chance.
Yeah,
And it really lifted my spirits, bro. So I see that. That really resonates a lot.
yeah, because food is like the comfort of the home. And my third one is perception. I always think of like, you gotta know about like other people like around you, like look through their eye, like through their shoes, perception. You know, they can be going through something good or bad, and like it's just the way you treat them. I think it's what makes us human, like how we can connect with others, understand them.
So perspective.
Perspective.
Oh, that's interesting.
I love that, bro. Those are beautiful.
Julie.
Interesting. I couldn't really think of a third one.
About hating?
Hating's my top
Hating?
one.
Roasting?
No, I mean, I said love and happiness. I put those together. I feel like the only reason I keep saying like love and happiness is because I think when I was going through it, I think that's like one of the things that I kind of just always was wishing for is just as long as I was like in love and in happiness. I think those things have always been like super big for me because I feel like, I mean, I think I've talked about it a little bit on here where like I feel like I grew up a little sad in life. So I think I want to grow up and like the rest of my life being in love and in happiness. And I think that's why for me, that's like something. And then the other one that I kept thinking about, I wrote risk because I feel like I weirdly enough, there was a time in my life where I feel like I would take a lot of like risks, and I feel like I want to continue doing that. I feel like taking risks and doing just a lot of like fun activities for myself, and like in a way to me that also reminds me of just like drive of like living, you know, like just wanting to live and trying to do a lot more like exciting things in like my life and stuff. At least that's kind of like what I think of. So that's why I wrote risk. The other one I couldn't think of, so I'm just going to say food. Just because I feel like, yeah, like having a good meal is what's going to keep me from like wanting to like go out and stuff and like do new things. Because I feel like I am a very hangry person. So if I don't eat, I'm not going to enjoy life. So I'll just say that that's my third one is just having food and stuff. Because I feel like, yeah, I'm in a bad mood if I don't eat.
Wow, that's beautiful. Brandon?
That's interesting. 2 foods.
I know, right? Foodies.
I know, right?
We should eat a meal right now, live on the show.
Thanksgiving dinner meal.
Thanksgiving
Or
dinner.
We
what's
should do
the
that.
word?
Thanksgiving.
Friendsgiving?
We invite
should have
all
like
the
a
viewers and
We should have like a
listeners.
Friendsgiving
A potluck?
episode. A pod luck?
Copyrighted.
Brandon.
I'm selling it right now.
We said
I'm
that here
selling it right now.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. A pod luck?
Potlucks,
It's-
corporate.
Like the final. What's that one?
The Last Supper?
The Last
Last
Supper.
Supper.
The final. What are yours? What are your
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I was more interested in what you guys had to say.
three? But I'm interested in what you have to say.
Shit. Fuck.
Hating.
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 Money Hose,
Cool.
Money hoes.
money hose,
Killing.
and drugs. I don't know.
Ah, perfect, beautiful.
Murder.
I'm kidding.
Money, money, but feeling like money, hoes, and drugs. Ah, yes.
Cash, money, hose.
No, what are you, dead ass?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
You came up with the question.
I know you're.
I know, right? I'm shocked.
I didn't come up with the question. I was just more.
You didn't think I was gonna Uno reverse?
I wanted to hear what my buddies had to say, and I thought maybe
None of our answers influence.
Well,
Just okay. First that comes to mind. First things that come to mind.
okay.
First three.
Well, I think
Number one.
I think you should always try to do the right thing in life.
Wow.
You're a good person.
You should
Good-
just
okay.
try to do the right thing. I
Okay.
think you really should.
Do the right thing,
Nice
Yeah,
one.
do the right thing.
and that's it. That's it.
That's the only thing I come up with right now. Because there's a
That's
lot.
kind of cute. I like that though.
You person.
You're the only thing you know is
What-
Just try to do
What's
the right
something you
thing.
like to do?
Something I like to do.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
something that brings you happiness.
Yeah, because like you know how we said
I'm
like
just kidding.
like he's like hoes, money,
Money,
drugs.
Yeah. So what's something I like to do?
nature, or like
I like nature.
Yeah, what is
I like,
something that like fulfills you, bro? Like
high.
brings you
Oh.
happiness.
Bro, I'm shocked. Really, you don't
I know.
know.
Nothing.
I don't know. I don't know about nothing. I just don't have like a planted flag of like that's the thing.
What
You're not
about
human.
growing stuff?
You're just vibing.
Yeah.
Whatever comes.
Yeah,
to
but
life.
I'm being honest when I say I think that's one for me is you should always do the right thing, like or try to at least.
At age 50, you'll know the second thing, and then
Maybe
at age
then
90,
you'll be
you'll know
like,
the
I
third.
got the third. Yeah.
I'm like, Then I'm like,
when he realizes the third, that's when
I know.
it's
When I die.
time.
the third was like, I've revised my list a lot actually. I took out love.
Love doesn't exist.
Love doesn't exist.
Discipline for what? What? I didn't get anything out of it. Silliness ain't shit funny, bro.
Wow, that's very good. Do you have anything else?
No, that's supposed to be it. Yeah.
Well, that's a beautiful. That I love ending it there. Ain't shit funny. No, a lot of shit is funny, bro. A lot of shit is funny. I hope all of you guys watching had a good time. It is the holidays. I hope you guys feel like we're family and we're hanging out. You guys can kick it at any time. Shout out to the Patreons as always. They're our own family here.
Shout out to Daniel Villanueva, Yoel, Catherine, and Jada Chicano. Thank you for your patronage. If anyone out there wants to join the Patreon, our link is always in the bio.
Mm-hmm.
We got some cool exclusive content on there. You guys can always get a hand on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you to everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Shout out to Patrick.
And
for
Merry
coming
Shout out to
in.
Patrick.
Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Happy holidays, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.